Channel Dream of Crafts. My name is Deanna, and today we're going to start some of the embellishments that we're going to put in the embellishment book for her. We're going to be working on the tags that I have to have for, well, actually they're called embellishments, the mason jar embellishments that we have to have for the actual swap. And then I'm going to do additional ones to go in the book that we worked on yesterday. And I just added a Tim Holtz haunted house here, some purple bats. I know they're kind of there. And then the moon. And then this die here is the pumpkin die that I got. And let me see if I can find that one here. Where's the pan? There we go. So this one is Yvonne Creations, Happy Halloween. And it's just the YCD10077, Happy Pumpkins. And that was a fun one to work with. Now it just comes with the fence and the orange pumpkins, and I just cut out little ovals to put behind there to create like the light in their faces. So that's what I did to the front of that book for that. So we're going to start. And the requirements for this tag is you have to either have 3x3 inch or 3x4 inch. I went with the 3x4 inch because I think that looks more like a mason jar. And I know there are mason jars out there that are squattier. If you hear talking or noise in the background, that's my husband. He's home and he's talking to the dog right now. And we just finished dinner, so I wanted to get this out before the end of the day. So what I start with is some heavy cardstock. This just happens to be Hobby Lobby's heavy cardstock, 110-pound weight. And this is cut 3 inches wide by 4 inches high. And we're going to take, I did mine with my punch board. So let me get my other pages out here. And I did my nails, had my nails done today just for my Halloween projects. And my nails are short, yes. They were growing. They were doing pretty good. And then I think with all the hand sanitizer that I use on them that they just started cracking and breaking. So on the 4-inch edge here, we're going to come in and I want to go just to, and I'll lift it up so you can see where I'm aiming for. Let me find something I can point with here. Okay. So if you can see this edge right here. Some people go right to here and get it, but I think it makes the neck of the bottle look too long. So I want to go right on this edge of it instead of here. And it's not much. It's like maybe 1/8 of an inch. Whoops, can't see. So right here on this edge is where I'm going to try to line up. So like I said, it's only about 1/8 of an inch different, but for some reason it just looks more appealing to my eye to do it that way. So that's what I'm doing. And so I'm going to line that up there and just give it a punch, flip it, line it up, give it a punch. And then on the back edge, I'm using a corner rounder here and here. Okay. Set this out of our way. And if you do not have a punch board or a Cricut or another machine to create your mason jars with, I'm going to show you how I made a template. So this is just scrap paper, and this is cut 3x4. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half. So just like this, exactly in half. So 1.5 inches on each side. And then I brought, and this is the same, it's just folded in half. And let me grab my ruler. So I came in 1/2 of an inch this way. No, I came in 3/8 of an inch this way. So I'm going to mark this, and I'm just going to put a line like that. So I know where my 3/8 inch is. Actually, I can put it up here. 3/8 wide. Okay. So 3/8 wide. And then I came down 1/2 of an inch and I made another mark. Then I came down 1 inch And I'm going to get closer to my edge there. And I made a mark here. And then I made a mark at 7/8. Okay. So this is the neck of our bottle. So this is going to be the neck of our jar right here. And then this is where this point here, let me zoom in so you can see better. And then we'll zoom back out in a second. Terrible lighting tonight. Okay. So here's my line for the neck of my bottle. Here's my line that is 1/2 inch down. Here's my 7/8. And then here's my 1 inch. I'm going to come out from my 1/2 inch mark in the 3/8 inch, and I'm going to start curving this in like that. Okay. And then they'll bring me just about to that 7/8 inch. And it doesn't have to be exact, but you want it kind of sloped off bottle rim there like that. See that? Okay. So now then on the bottom, I'm going to round the corner with my pencil, but if you have a corner rounder, you can use a corner rounder. So I just kind of rounded the bottom up. We're going to come in with our scissors. We're going to trim off the bottom like that. And then we're going to come in here and we're going to trim off that neck. So then we open it up and we have a template. Now, if this looks too tall for you, you can trim it down, or let's do it again. You can go up higher. So, and it's just scrap paper, so you know it's not gonna matter. So I'm just gonna, with this other one, I'm just gonna kind of make my neck shorter, and we'll try that one. So I'm going to go in here and round that off. I'm not hurting anything by redoing it with scrap paper until I get the design I want. See, I like the looks of that one better. That's shorter. But so there's my template. So this would be my template, and I would write on here template, mason jar, 3 inch wide by 4 inch high. Just like that. And then that's my template. Now, if you want, you can take this, draw it on a cereal box, cut it out again, and have a stiffer template, one that'll last you longer. But that's how you can make a template. And you can do those any size you want. Okay? So you don't always need a machine. All right. So I'm going to bring this back here. I've chosen 2 different pieces of paper. This is, and these are all scrap. Every bit of it's scrap paper. And then I'm going to use this one. So we're going to come back in, and we're going to do the exact same with these. I'm going to line it up exactly where I did before. And if you want the shorter neck, then you go a little bit less. If you want the longer neck, then go a little bit further out. It's all in your preference. Like I said, a lot of them were coming to this edge here, which is only about 1/8 of an inch difference, but it didn't appeal to my eye, so I adjusted to where it did appeal to my eye. All right. So here we go. Now we're going to come in, and we're going to glue these onto our cardstock. And I'm not going to mess with those little points there yet until we get it all put together. I'm just scanning from my glue and where it went. There's my art glitter glue. Art glitter glue, where'd you go? Oh, yay. That's crazy. It's probably right in front of me and I just can't see it. Oh, goodness sakes. All right. Let me grab another bottle, I guess. I know I just had it. I think I got a bottle open. partial bottle here. There we go. That is so odd. All right. This is my bottle I got open. Doesn't have the, oh, there, look at that. Standing right there, right between the two. Well, that's good. At least I found it. All right. Making me think I'm going crazy. Okay, here we go. Alrighty. And then once I get this all on there, then I'll smudge it up around the edges to make it look finished. And you don't have to. It's just the look I like. And I'm going to line that all up. And they should be pretty close. There we go. All right. Okay. Oh, just a tiny bit there. Okay. All right. So I had a good day with my granddaughter today. We had fun. Went for a walk. Looked at the pretty fall leaves, and then we have a little church store in town. And so we stopped there, checked out what they had. And of course, in the Halloween stuff, they had a bunch of princess dresses. So she likes to dress up. So she's going to be 4 here pretty quick next week. And so, oh, one's crooked too. Let's try again. There we go. So for $4 a piece, you got some new dresses. So now this one's just a little different than that one. So I'm going to just come in here and trim it off. Just probably, my paper was probably set in the trimmer just a little bit different. No big deal. There we go. And a little bit over there. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut that off. And then I'm going to flip it. And I'm just lining my scissors up with that curve there. And cutting that down just like that. Okay. All right. I've got a bunch of goodies here, as you can see. I'm going to zoom us back. There we go. Got a bunch of goodies sitting here, getting ready. All right. So let's go ahead and smudge up our tag. Gives it a nice, takes away any white edges that might be on there. This is all decorative cardstock. Double-sided, so I like cardstock better than scrapbooking paper, but you can use scrapbooking paper. And use this side as our decorated side. So we're going to start. I've got some purple baker's twine here. And we're going to start with that. I'm first going to make, I think, a little bow here. And then we're going to pull. It's evened out there a little bit. Don't get a huge bow. It's just a smaller tag. Okay. And I'm going to trim the... Now, I like to take a little art glitter glue and put it on the ends of my strings here. And then just twist it in the direction that it's supposed to, that it's already twisting itself in. Keep it wound up. And that will just keep that from fraying. We're going to do the same to this end here. Keep it from coming undone. At least it should. Anyway. There we go. And before I do that, let me I have cut a strip, and this is, I think, right about 3/8 of an inch. Whatever the length of your neck of your bottle is, that's what you want to cut. And see, that's a little bit too big. So I'm going to mark this on the back. I'm just going to give it a mark. And I'm going to go trim that off there. See if I can get that trimmed down there just a bit. Just a tiny bit. And see what happens. That way it's closer. My other ones were about, each one I've been cutting separate. So, oops. There we go. A little crooked, so we'll trim that down here a second. Yeah. Just a little crooked. And if it hangs over too much, then we can trim it off the top too. So I'm going to bring this in, and this is just silver paper. And I'm just going to put a squiggle here. It's just mirrored silver paper. And it brings in the effects of like a jar top there. I'm going to come in with my scissors, and I'm going to nip that off. And then I do have a little bit hanging over there, so I'm going to trim that off. There we go. Bring this back in again. And run it along here again. Go. And I'm trying to line it up there like that. Just like that. Without getting glue all over it. Okay. Line that back up there with that one there. All right. Let's trim this off. Boop. And then trim the top off of this. There we go. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and start wrapping this purple twine here. And we're just going to roll it a few times here. All right. Okay. Put a dab of glue here. I'm going to go ahead and get my glue gun heating up here. So this is just my art glitter glue here. We're going to let them, this, like I said, this is going to be our front. So while that's heating up, we can look at our other elements. So from the dollar store, I had some of these plastic rings, and we're going to use them in a couple different things. They've got bats, skeletons, and then the orange spiders. I just cut the ring part off with my scissors. I've got the word eek here in glitter, and I've got that. And I thought about this this is just from my Martha Stewart die punch. And I thought about just kind of putting that on the back here as a decoration. Don't have to decorate the backs, but I think while we're waiting for my glue gun to heat up, I think I'm just going to attach that back there just for something different. So I'm just going to go down the center here and just hit like here and there where I can. And then we'll cut off the extra. Just for something while our glue gun's heating up. And I do have the other 2 cards completely ready. And we'll be decorating those together. But they're already built and ready to go. We just have to decorate them. So they're all the same size for this. And we're done the same exact way. There, isn't that cute? All right, so I'm going to put this back over. It's not heating up yet. Get a stick ready too. All right. So, oh, heat up, heat up. Now this had a spider web in it. And we have to, for this swap, we have to put at least 3 embellishments on each of these embellishment tags. And then also a phrase or a word. So that's why I do an eek. And then I have some of my flowers picked out. I think for this I'm going to do the lime green. So let's go ahead and get that. Lime green. And then I'm going to prep these. So what I do with these is I just come in. Let's get that up there. And I snip it. I leave about probably about a 1/4 of an inch, and then I fold that over so they don't come apart. And then I think I'm going to use an orange one. These are all from AliExpress, or some of them might have been from Wish, but they all come from something like that. And then a purple one. Okay, again, trim it, push it down. Okay, I have a spider, a couple spiders here. Not sure if I'm going to use these spiders or the orange one. And I have some stickles already. I think I'm going to use the green stickles on this. I think. Come on, glue gun. Come on, glue gun. Oh, it was on low. I turned it up. It works better if it's turned up high. All right, so on one of my other things, well, that's heating up. One of my other ones, I took some of this paper that you decorate with. What's it called? Why can't I draw a brain blank here? Everybody's yelling at me. It is blah, blah, blah. It is. Streamer paper, they call it, but I don't think what we always called it. But crepe paper. So I took some of this and I folded it in half like that. And there's a bunch of videos out there on how to do this. Some people don't fold it in half. Some people just cut it. But I thought it would give me a thicker one. And that should be plenty, actually, but we'll go a little bit further. So I'm just folding it directly in half. And then I started pinching it together. So, yeah, like this. And I just started pleating it, we call it. So I'm just bringing it back on itself just a little bit. And then moving it. So it's going to make a small rosette. Won't be a big one. And I'm just pleating, turning. Trying to make them look the same. Like that. Keep going until I get back past that first one there. Whoops, lost it. Fell out of my fingers. There it goes, back in there. Wasn't pinching hard enough. Oh, goodness sakes. All right, start again. Pinch, pinch, pinch. They're already pleated, so they're going back nice, but they're just... And then I'll just do this now. My gun's heating up since I want to show you how I did that when I get to it anyway. So I'm just pleating, pleating. Trying to keep it together there. It's just not staying together for me. Goodness gracious. I'm trying to hurry too much. I know what I'm doing. I have a tendency to do that. I want to hurry so fast, but then I just keep making mistakes. So I've got to learn to stop, slow down, and then once you get all the way around again to the other side, then you can trim this off. Okay. Finish pleating. And then I'm going to bring in, I have a long-handled stapler here. I'm going to bring it in It's falling apart on me. And I'm going to staple that. Yep, it didn't. Came undone. It came undone. Get in there. And I actually stapled the other one a couple times because I wanted it to stay. It all gets covered up, so all right. So now I just got to straighten out that pleat there. There we go. And I'm going to throw in one more staple. There. So that's a little crooked. That's all right. We'll just trim that off like that. And then you've got your little rosette. And then I'll show you how I decorate that one when I get to it. But my glue gun was heating. I wanted to show you something. There we go. Okay, my glue gun is hot. So I'm going to come in with my little purple bow here. And I'm just going to add a little dab of hot glue there. Oopsie. And we'll put that around this side here, just like so. Just like that. There we go. Okay, so now I think I put sticky tape on the back of this. So let me see if I can get that off. There we go. See where we're going to put the eek at. All right. So I think we'll put the eek right up here. Just like that. And then let's go ahead and get a cluster of roses down here, I think, like that. That looks pretty good. There. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and get a blob of glue going on these. There we go. There we go. And then I think I'm going to use one of the black spiders. And I think we'll put that down in here. Oops, I'm going to have to glue that. I'm going to use hot glue. Oh, like that. And I'm going to bring this eek back off because it's not sticking. It wasn't. I didn't press it hard. So I'm just going to add a little glitter glue to that too. I don't need things falling apart when they ship. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to go there. And then I'm going to take my green stickles and I'm going to add, I think, 3 dots coming up the side there. So let me do a test on this, get it going good. I tested them all earlier to make sure they were running, but so I'm going to do a bigger dot. Okay. Then a middle-sized dot. And then a small dot. Just gonna make sure these are good size. When this stuff dries, it gets smaller. So I'm gonna take this piece of wire here and one moment. Call from. It's a toll-free call. I don't answer toll-free calls. Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of make sure these are set, and I'll show you in a second. Here. All right. So you can see that it's raised up, and that will shrink down a little bit, but that just adds another little element. And I think I'm going to leave this as just like this for now. And if I do add anything to it, I'll show you that when we start adding things into the into the book. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside to dry. And we're going to leave that one alone. Okay, our next one. Get them ready. I got them all bagged up here, ready to go. Okay, I've cut, this is black twine. I've got my bow already. I cut 3 little ghosts from my Cricut. They're all different. And I just made them tiny. They're, I think, 1 1/4 inches long is the highest. And I've got just a word, scary. I've got that popped up on Pop Dots. This already had the word boo down here in the paper. I fussy cut out a little cat out of some scrap I had. Here is, here's the one that turned out perfect. I didn't have to trim down or anything. So I can do it. I just wasn't here. And then I already have my things cut. And we're going to glue those on first. And then I got those rounded, and I didn't round the edges of the other one. So I'll go back and round the edges of that one. See how the edges are rounded? I just rounded them in my punch board. So we're going to line them up here like that. Okay. Flip it over. That's the back paper. And that actually got, it's actually got 2 pieces of decorative cardstock on that side, because the first time when I did it, and I wasn't paying attention, my spiders were all going up, and I wanted them coming down, like they're coming down the spider web there. Okay, so you can see the little corners there. I'm just going to take my scissors and round those off, just like that. I like the rounded edges better. There we go. And then I'm just going to wipe off my foil here a little bit. Just using my shirt. Good thing it's just glue. Okay. So now I'm going to take my twine. And this I've already added the glue to it. I'm just going to put a little dab of hot glue there, just to kind of hold it in place a little bit while I wind it. And just go ahead and wind that. And end up back over here. And I'm going to move that back a little bit. Just needs just a tiny smudge there. Okay. And then I'm just going to push that down over top of there. Sorry, I'm not in view. So sorry. So there we go. Just like that. Just like that. And now we're going to take the bow. We're going to add a little dab of glue to the bow here. And we're going to do that right to this side here. I got this twine, and I'm going to show you. It came in this tube with 2 blacks and 2 grays, and it is, I don't even know where it's from. Oh, Bead Landing is what it's called. 120 yards of black and gray twine. So, all right, so that's so far what we got. Then I was going to put my little, down there, my little rosette right there. So have a good amount of glue there. Okay. Rosette. And then this kitty goes in the middle. So I'm going to remove the tape, and I'm still going to use a little hot glue here. Just so everything sticks together. Isn't he cute? It's just a tiny little kitten. Like I said, these are all scrap papers too. And I'm going to try to arrange my ghosts here. Oh, I got to get my word scary on there. So let's go ahead and get the word scary on there. And that's bumped up on tape. And I think I'm going to do this kind of crooked, like that. Some dimension going there. Now this one had that long tail, so I thought he would look good, maybe like that. So let me add just a little bit of glue on there. And you can still see the word scary. They're the cutest little ghosts. And then let's see here. This creepy one, he's kind of short. Maybe. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do this. Okay, so I think I'm going to do him down here. If he hangs that off a little bit, I'm not worried about it. Get a little more thing. And we're going to kind of sit him right down here. There we go. And then our last little ghost. Isn't he cute? Look at that little face. These were cut from the Cricut, like I said, and I just shrunk them down. Okay. So I think we're going to put you this way. Whoops. I'll move you up, otherwise you're going to be. Okay, I have to tip from the side a little bit because otherwise he's going to be there. Look at that. Isn't that cute? And that's the back of that one. I'm not going to do anything to the back at this time, I don't think, because it's just, so there. So that's that. Whoops. Got a little piece of paper there. There we go. Little glimpse at that one. Let's go ahead and let everything on there set up. And then our next one and our last one, because I only had to do 3. Okay. And again, this one is all ready to go. Now this one, I pre-wrapped my twine around there to save a little time. And I left long strings hanging from the twine. And then when I attached my bow, it had its own string. So that's got 4. This punch here is from Anita Cuddle, Elena Cuddle from AliExpress. And I think it was $1.86 is what I paid for it. And it cuts out just like the one strip. But then I went in, sat this on orange paper, and just kind of drew around it. And then, make sure I have the right end. And then cut it just under my markings lines, and now I can put the orange in there. But it is just the one die, see, but then I can put the oranges in there. So I'm going to go ahead and get my glue on there along this bottom edge, and it's kind of like looks like it's sitting on a hill because they're kind of like a wave. So just get me. And then I'm just putting little dabs of glue here and there. It doesn't need to be. It's going to get glued down too, so I got to make sure I got this right. Let me put my pin away. We'll get these in the right hands. All right. So just like that, they should line up pretty good. Oops. This part's got to be lifted up here a little bit. There we go. Perfect. And then I just have to trim off that little bit there. Okay. Just like it. Just like this here. All right, and this is going to go along the bottom of that. So we're going to glue that on there, and then I'll trim off the excess, what I need to on the back there, okay? Just going to add some glue, and then we'll just trim off the part we don't need. Okay. Thought that was nice and bright. We'll go nice on there. So I'm going to put it down a little low there. Okay, perfect. Look at that. Okay. I'm going to flip it over and then just trim off the parts we don't need. There we go. Makes it easy. There we go. See? Isn't that cute? Nice and bright color. All right. And then I had, I was going to use this, I think, on the last one. Okay. So my word is boo, and that's cut out of one of my little Tim Holtz dies. Cut that out in orange. I have one of the bat rings, and I've cut the ring part off. We're going to use that. I've got a black rose, an orange rose, and a green rose, and I have one of the skulls from the rings. We're going to use that. And then I have from the dollar store, I have the creepy cloth. We're going to use that. So I'm going to lay down some hot glue here and lay this cloth in it the best I can. And all of this has already been smudged. It's all been smudged. Okay. So let's see here. I want my skull down in here, like so. So let's go ahead and put some hot glue on that, and that can drip down into that cloth, and it'll hang right on. Any glue strings or anything like that, we will take care of when we're done. And I'm going to trim my roses down here. And today we're going to be doing another embellishment too. So this is going to be a double embellishment video. All right. So I thought you guys would like that. Oops. And the wires up there a little bit. Okay. Like that. And then four. Yeah, black work. Okay. Okay. Glue strings, glue strings, glue strings. And the orange one. Boy, I'm just barely in frame, ain't I? Have to watch that. Okay. And then I think the bat. Do I want to put that there or up here? Let's go ahead and put the bat up here. I think I like the looks of that. And like I said before, I might add additional elements to these. I got too much hot glue on there. Hang on. I got to clean up some of that hot glue. That was too much. Okay. All right. Let's go back in there. There we go. There we go. All right. So now where should we put our word? I think our word should go right in there. But I almost want something else in there too. Let me do, where did I put that cloth? Okay. I think we're going to take some of this and I'm going to cut it down a little bit. I'm going to take it and kind of roll it up, and then I'm going to come in here and tie it in a bow, or not, I should say, just like you're going to start your shoes. Just like that. Kind of open it up. And then let's trim it down a little bit. There, and it's made just a little tool bow, so let's put that there, and that'll help cover up a little bit of my glue there. That's the only bad thing about that. This is what we got so far. Looking cute. If she wants, she can cut off the extra little ties there, but I thought it looked cute. There. So then I think I'm just going to put the boo on top of, can I get it on top of that ribbon? Yeah, maybe like that. I don't know if, I'm just going to see if I can get a little bit of hot glue on here without actually spraying it out. And then just set that on there. There we go. And like I said, I'll go back in and pick out any glue strings and stuff when it's dry. That's cute. That's a cute one. So that's our 3 embellishments. So let me kind of swipe this stuff off to the side here. Make a clean area. And bring back. So the next thing we're going to do is these tiny little paper clips. Oops, my little. Now this one here, all these are scraps. It's got some purple bats in it. It's got one little orange flower, and then some of the spooky cloth, and then the back is just material. So these are cut, and you're going to need 4 of them for one paper clip. They're cut at 1 3/4 of an inch high by 1 inch wide. Okay. So what I've done, and I used a regular size paper clip for these because they were short, and the bigger paper clip showed. So we don't want that. So we're going to take 2 pieces of paper. Actually, we're going to bring out the little, board. Isn't it cute? And then we got to cut our, I'm trying to remember if I went all the way to that edge. And then flip. And I'm going right to the edge of the little pointy thing there. Flip. And then this also has its own little quarter rounder. So you're going to do this to all 4 of them. Push it all the way in. Flip. And this takes 4 because it's leaves. You don't see the paper clip then. Oops, I don't like the looks of that. There we go. I don't want my paper clip visible. If you only want to do 2, you can. This is also scrap 110-pound cardstock. I think everything that I created so far was all scraps. My cardstock and everything. It doesn't look very good. There we go. Everything is scraps. Even my little cutouts. Those are scraps too. And let's go ahead and punch it. So that's 4 of them. All right. So I'm going to show you how I glue these together, and then I've got 2 others that are already dried and prepped. Now you can use either glossy accents to glue them together, or I have 3-in-1, but half of this is actually Fabri-Tac, because my Fabri-Tac bottle yesterday, when I went to squeeze it, it actually cracked and was oozing all over, so I quick topped off that bottle with it. Okay, so we take the paper clip, and we're going to take 2 of them, and we're going to put them together like that, and then we're going to take our paper clip and slide it on there. Okay, and then you can mark it with a pencil or a pen and just mark where that's laying. I just eyeball it now because I know where it is. So I'm going to hold those 2 together, and I'm going to bring in my cheap little dollar store paper punch. It's just a regular hole punch. And I'm going to come in about 3/4 of the way with it, and I'm going to try to line it up in the center and punch. See? Just like that. So now when I put this paper clip on again, and I pull it down, it's going to disappear. So I won't see that paper clip when I'm done, which is what I want. I don't want to see the paper clip. And before, if it stops here, you can see it. You don't want that. So we're going to leave those 2 in there just like that. We're going to take our other 2, and I've got some clips ready here. I've got big clips, a couple little clips, another big clip. These are like, I get these at the Dollar Tree too. I like using them for chip clips. They're office clips, but they make dandy chip clips. They don't take up a lot of room in your drawer, and they are hefty, and I keep them in the craft room also because they make good holding. So I'm going to come in here. Let me zoom in because these are smaller. Let's see. There we go. Not sure why my screen is so blurry tonight, but there we go. So I'm going to bring my glue all around this area and on the rest of the card. And I'm sorry if I'm in your way, but I'll try to clear out of the way as soon as I can so you can see what I've got here. All right. Okay. So you can see I've got lots of goop on there. I'm going to take this in, and I'm going to put that right on top of there. And I'm going to squeeze it. And any extra, I'm going to try to get off here. And I'm going to bring in my big clips here. And I'm actually going to kind of push that right along the edge there and squeeze it like that on both sides here. So I'm bringing it right where I know that paper clip is, and I'm just kind of walking it out away from there to help press that together, because that can press better than my fingers can. And we're going to do the same up here. Just kind of press that. This has got such a good grip to it. Okay, and then I just squeeze it, open it, and walk it back. Okay, and then for the last part there, I'm just going to put it right on the very edge there to hold that together. Then I come in with my biggest clip here, and that only grabs on the very end, so I'm just going to attach it to the very bottom of that. It kind of looks like a little monster, doesn't it? And then these I'm going to bring in, and I'm going to attach them there and there. But first we're going to come back out here, and I'm going to glue down my other side the same way. So I'm going to come in here with a big amount of glue around my paper clip. And this stuff is a little slippery, sticky, but it does work pretty good. So, and you can keep it upside down like that so it's always ready to go. All right. So we're going to come in and do the same thing. And it should squeeze out to the edges. Just like that. So it ends up very thick, but that's all right. It's just a little paper clip, so it's nice that it's sturdy. And we're going to come back in, do the same thing. Start walking that out. And you can see where it kind of dents in when I'm next to the paper clip. That's fine. This is going to get covered. It's not a biggie. And these don't take too awful long to dry, but the longer you let it dry and set, the sturdier it'll be. Now check, so I don't want to put it on there. Press, press, press. Give this a clamp here. Clamp here. Clamp here. And it only has to be on those edges there to hold it. And that's going to get trimmed off. But we just, we're just going to get those on there to help hold that together. I'm going to set this aside to dry. And we're going to get out our other ones that are already dry. So I have prepped a couple of them here. So, and they're so cute and tiny, And let me see here. We got a bat. Got a black rose. I think the black rose is gone there. I got a little bit more of that cloth. And I've just put my paper inside of here. But let me show you how this works. So here, I'll just come in here. So see, I'm going to clip it on there. It's finished on both sides. Isn't that nice? So, okay. So one side is going to be striped. One side is going to be missing polka dot. Okay. So we're going to bring back in our little tiny punch board here. I just love this. I just think it's so cute. And we're going to bring it to the same spots where we had the other one. Okay. And these are also just scraps. Just like that. And I switched back. Yesterday I was doing it with my thumb and stuff, but after a little bit, your thumb starts to get a little sore. So I didn't want a sore thumb. Let's go get that like that. There we go. For some reason that one don't work. There we go. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, so we're going to glue these on. I'm just going to, and I figured it's easier this way, then we don't have to sit and try to wait for everything to dry up, and we're all set to go. Got it all set. There's our stripe. So this is our second little embellishment for today. There we go. And the reason this is getting done so late tonight is because I did have my granddaughter all day. We had a good day, though. It was beautiful out. Beautiful. She enjoyed. She's going to be 4 here pretty soon. And so she's getting chatty. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come in here and snip. Whoops. Snip. And snip. Just like that to create our edges. Okay. Now I didn't put any tops or anything on these ones. Let's see. There we go. Like that. I think I got to put a little bit more glue on here. My webbiness, my little fabric stuff is coming off. So let me grab some of this here. I'm just going to put a little over that there like that. And tuck it in there. There we go. Then I'm going to take my purple rose and I'm going to put that in there. Just like that. Got that. And then our bat is going to go right up here, I think. Yep, and we're going to tuck that right down in there. So I'm going to be a little bit more careful with my glue. And then we're going to tuck him right underneath the petal there. Just like that. Okay, so that little one is done. And again, as soon as this dries, I will come in and clear all of those glue strings off. And he slides back on there. Isn't that adorable? Yeah, I thought that was cute. Now, they didn't have this video, how to do they didn't do the little paper clips in the videos that I watched. I just thought, since I'm doing embellishments, that is what I'd like to do, paper clips, because those always make cute embellishments, right? All right, so we've got another one down in here. All right, this one has a black bow. Our papers are already cut. We're going to do one with an owl, and the other side is going to be black, orange, white, and dark orange plaid. So let's bring our thing in here. Whoops, let me get in here. Boy, I'm sorry if I've been out of frame. Oh, I am sorry. Okay. I thought these were so cute. Oh, I do have one more thing that we're going to do. So this is actually going to be 3 things tonight. Wow. How about that? All right, so let's do our owl. One more thing I forgot about. Okay. Just like that. Glue it up. Thought the owl would be cute. And then we're going to do the little plaid. All right. Okay. Forgot that I got that other thing ready for you too. Okay. So now we're going to come in and we're going to trim this off. There we go. So that's going to be our back. I'm going to leave that as the back. And then we're going to decorate the plaid. So, start that up. I have a black rose. And then I made a little tiny one of those little knotted bows. I thought that would be cute on there. So we'll put that on there. Now, these are not part of the swaps. So this is just one of my additional little gifts that I'm making for her. So I don't have any specific thing that I have to add to this. Okay. So we've got the bow and that. And then I think I'm going to come in here. And I think I'm going to do green stickle dot going along the bottom here. So I'm going to do small, medium, and then a large. And like I said before, they will kind of resize themselves. I mean, they start out puffy, and as they dry, they kind of get flatter. But if you want to add a second thing to make them higher up again, you can. I mean, there's still some 3-dimension to them, just not as much as they have when you first do it. Now, the other thing you can use, and I have one out here. There. So now we got the 3 dots. That one looks a little crooked from the others. There we go. Stickles are pretty good about holding their shape and staying where they need to. So that's our 3rd one. And again, the little owl is on the back. So I'm going to set this one aside to dry, because if it gets touched right now, then my stuff will be. But you can also use this Scribbles 3D paint. You usually find this over by like your fabric paints and stuff at Hobby Lobby. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do today is I decided that I like to include a little card with my swaps. So this is a card made, and they did have this in the video I watched, the card. They didn't do the inside like this, but they did have a card. So I just stamped it and then put an extra piece of white cardstock in it because it was like this on the inside. So nice and simple card. So, but then I've seen these. I had these tags in my scraps, and I thought that's the same size. Perfect size. Okay? Same exact size. So these are 4 inches high by 6 inches. And then you're going to just fold it, or you can get your scoreboard out. Just make sure your edges are lined up. And go ahead and fold it and burnish it. And then there's your card. Okay? So we're going to bring back the big one. And I'll tell you this, I waited a long time to get this, and I don't know why, but I thought, no, I don't really need that. But I really like it. I don't use it a ton, but it's here when I do need it, so that's nice. All right. And the original ones just had the center post like this one for your trimming your edges, and the newer ones are like that. And do you want to go? It's Brad.
Call from.
Sorry about that. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to line it up, punch, come back in, line it up, punch. And you want to make sure you watch your directions, and then bring, you'll have to excuse these a little loud, round off my corners. But the nice thing is that's how simple that was. It's pretty much done. But I decided I wanted white cardstock in there for her. And so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come in here. And this is just 3 by 4. Okay? Because it doesn't need to be doubled. And then we'll glue that right inside of there. You can stamp it or whatever you want. So that will take care of that one. And then I'll just show you another one. This one, the same exact, 6 inches by 4 inches. You can make these tags any size you want. Any size you want. So fold it. And then burnish it. Make sure I'm upright there. And I just thought these were adorable. Nice little cards. So this is actually going to be part of her kit too. She's going to have 3 cards in. The one will be for her. I will put a little note inside for her, but I'm not going to sign or anything, so she'll be able to use that card for whatever she wants. So she'll have 3 cards. So I'm going to try to do everything I do. I'm going to do 3 of each thing for her. Okay? And then we'll glue that one inside of here. Like so. And actually, we come in here and see, trim it. And if you want, if you stay out just a little bit further from the edge like that, see how it almost kind of looks more like the neck of a bottle than if you go straight up and down. So just a little bit out, whatever you prefer. And then let's get this one here. There we go. And then that. There we go. So two tags here. And I will glue those down in there. And then this is our other one. And if I stamp or anything in there, I'll let you know. I'll show you. But, oh, that one's smaller. These are bigger. Oh, no, they're not. They're the same size. I'm just holding them wrong. It's been a long day, guys. Oh, well, thank you for stopping by. And if you're a subscriber, thank you so much. I cannot express to you how much I appreciate you subscribing to my channel and watching my videos. And the comments do mean so much to me. They really do, and I appreciate it. And thumbs up, I really appreciate those as well. And my channel is slow growing, but it is growing, and I appreciate every one of you. If you're not a subscriber yet, please consider doing so at this time. I don't get paid for these. Everything I do comes out of my own pocket at this time. Be nice eventually maybe to get some advertisement, but that's not why I do it. I do it because I love it, and I want to share an idea or a thought with you, and chit chat. And if you have any questions, please you can email me or write it in the comments, and I'll do my best to help you out. If you have a specific thing you'd like to try, let me know, and I'll see what I can do, see what I can come up with. And if you're not a subscriber, then please do so at this time and hit that red subscribe button down in the right hand corner. When the bell pops up, if you hit that bell, you'll be notified each time that I load up a new video. And as always, until the next time, I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.